Hey guys, today's meditation is about living an inspired life. I believe this is a very important theme because the majority of us have learned to live lives a little bit on autopilot, some of us a lot on autopilot. And especially as we become adults, we tend to squeeze out inspiration from our lives because we live under constant stimulation, under the constant pursuit of external achievements in the realm of doing, stress, busy, trying to keep up with the demands that are imposed on us by the way we live socially and collectively, but also in response to difficult situations we may have experienced in childhood. So we might think that the stress that we live with is just a byproduct of today's modern life. And yes, there's a large aspect of it that it is, but we're also carrying stress from difficult situations that we've experienced in childhood. And so we're activating our survival response day in, day out, living from a place of survival. The chemistry of survival gets activated. So our adrenaline, cortisol, we're flooding our bodies day in and day out with this chemistry. And many of us, I would say the majority of us, although in saying that, I can also see the tide turning where people are placing more importance on self-care and true emotional regulation through practices like meditation and yoga. So I can see that the tide is turning. But for the most part, you have people collectively acting out of stress day in and day out. And it's no wonder that the world is so chaotic. Most of us don't make the time to sit with ourselves, to truly rest, to really assess what's important for us. We don't get adequate rest. We don't carve out time to listen to our hearts, to listen to our desires, let alone to allow inspiration to flow through us, to actually bring ideas to our minds that might actually help us create a more fulfilling life experience. I was listening to a podcast yesterday, Jay Shetty's podcast, which is called On Purpose, and he was interviewing Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I'm a huge fan of his work, obviously being a meditation instructor, also a theta healer. He really brings the science and the data to back up a lot of the things that the East have been saying for millennia now. But it's so great that science is shining the light now on the miraculous benefits of something as simple as a meditation practice. Now, I've spoken about this in previous meditations, but it always pays to bring it to you again because it paints a really clear picture. Whenever we're living on a state of survival, and most of us have rehearsed living like this from very early on in the piece, we are creating over and over the same emotional experiences, flooding the body with the same chemistry of survival, activating our fight or flight response, and living from a place of narrow focus. So we are constantly preparing our mind, body, and spirit to fight these potential threats. Now, the fight or flight response is obviously something we don't want to get rid of. It's very, very useful when we actually need to address a potential threat. But most of us in society at large lives under the influence of this response every single day, many times a day. And that's a problem. So this is actually what saps inspiration, energy, love, compassion, connection, all the goodness out of our lives. It also makes us feel like life is a grind instead of the beautiful experience it could be. So here's why I teach meditation, because it reverses the effects of that response. And so what it does is it creates space for that inspiration, for our natural well-being, even for our immune response to resume and operate as it is designed to do so. And if you want to listen to that episode of Jay Shetty's podcast with Dr. Joe Dispenza, he explains this in a very eloquent way. So the point I want to make to you today before we get into our meditation is we must find ways every day to regulate ourselves, to turn off that survival response, turn on our healing, balance, our equanimity, our equilibrium. And it's all, we're equipped already to do so. We come with everything. It does itself automatically if we give it the space to do so. And that's what happens in meditation. Another word about inspiration. We can only be visited by inspiration if there is a clear channel for it to emerge in our lives. It's the same for love, for connection, for affinity, for vitality. Most of us are operating from such a constrained state that we're blocking, literally, these qualities from emerging naturally into our lives. So the more we open that channel, and again, meditation is a brilliant way of doing so because it calms our entire physiology and really unblocks the flow of energy that has us operate from that state and create a brand new state that is more grounded in those qualities that I've just spoken about. I'll say one last thing before we actually close our eyes for our meditation. Yesterday, we did a group meditation in person and online. I do these every Monday. And one of our meditators brought with him a device to measure his heart rate or heart rate coherence. And it was linked to an app, so he brought his iPad. And he recorded the entire session. And so the entire session included a few minutes of me speaking to the group like I am speaking to you now. And it included the entire meditation, including a portion of theta healing at the end, which is a type of meditation or energy healing that has us access the theta state and then allows us to remove and replace subconscious limiting beliefs and download more empowering, uplifting ones. More on that another time. But so he showed us the results at the end. And so pre-meditation, while I was speaking, he showed all these ups and downs. And then as soon as he started the meditation, and we meditated with a mantra, so it's the same method we're going to do today, the graph just showed these beautiful patterns in his heart rate. Now, to me, I've obviously studied the science of it during my certification process with Chopra. So if you're fans of Deepak Chopra, I've trained with the Chopra Center. But to see it happening live during a meditation, it just never ceases to amaze me. Now, what does that mean, that coherence in the heart? If we had an EEG device to measure brain waves as well as the heart rate, we would find that during meditation, our heart and mind are operating in a coherent state. It is this state that activates all the goodness that I just spoke to you about. And it has us remembering another state that it's actually completely natural to us, but we just don't access it often enough. It means a lot for our health as well to have a coherent heartbeat. It comes with a flow-on effect or a cascade effect of beautiful benefits all through the body. So during meditation, your heart rate slows down, your anti-aging hormones ramp up, the length of your telomeres extends, which is associated with our longevity. We release oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin, all those beautiful neurotransmitters that are associated with happiness. And just really we turn on a state that feels so different from the states we've been practicing since we're very young children. The opportunity is to live from this place, and that is what I want to invite you to consider here. So how much more inspiration do you want in your life? What beautiful ideas lay dormant in your heart? What goodness wants to be expressed from you? That is what we're going to make way for in our meditation. So we're going to meditate using Deepak Chopra's method of meditation. It's called Primordial Sound Meditation. I will guide you through it. And at the very end, I will do a small portion of Theta Healing where I'm going to bring you some downloads around the theme of inspiration so that you receive energetically some downloads that will have you recognize what inspiration feels like in the body, how to operate from this state, just a few programs that will empower you to live a more inspired life. I hope you enjoy it. So start by finding a comfortable position. Sitting up with your back supported is fantastic to make sure you don't fall asleep. But really just find any position where you're not struggling with your body. And now start by taking a few deep breaths. So deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And another deep breath in and out through the mouth. And now just allow your breath to settle into its natural rhythm. And now we're going to start repeating silently the mantra Soham. 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 We repeat the mantra silently and effortlessly, almost as if we're listening to it. And we do so without effort and without concentration. And whenever we notice that our mind has drifted away towards thoughts, feelings, emotions, sensations, and it will, because this is a natural part of a successful meditation practice, then all we do is gently and very effortlessly bring our attention back into silently repeating the mantra. Soham. 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 Please continue to repeat the mantra silently. I'll mind the time and let you know when it's time to release it. It is time to release the mantra. Please continue to sit restfully with your eyes closed, resting in being, resting in presence, resting in awareness. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Consciousness, awareness, bliss. And now we're going to end this part of the meditation before we do Theta Healing and finish with Theta Healing with 4 intentions for a vibrant and fulfilling life. Joyful, energetic body. Joyful, energetic body. Loving, compassionate heart. Loving, compassionate heart. Reflective, alert mind. Reflective, alert mind. Lightness of being. Lightness of being. And now remain seated with your eyes closed. If you need to move, do so now. And then reset and sit on your seat again. Find that support. And now bring your awareness to your heart center. And get present to the beauty that lives inside your heart. To the immense love and compassion that you're capable of. To the immense creativity that you're made of. To the part of you that dreams and yearns for a beautiful life. And there really is no limit to how beautiful it can get. So if it's already beautiful, how much better can it even get? Is there a limit? I don't believe so. And now with full connection to your heart and to what you truly desire, to what you really love, to what lives inside your heart, bring into your mind a vision of your inspired life. What does your inspired life look like? Imagine that you have that already in your life. It's already happening. How does it feel to live that inspired life? And allow your heart to feel it. And now with full connection with your inspired life, filled with all the people you love, with all the experiences that you want to have, with all the love and connection and abundance that you're worthy of, I'm going to bring to you some downloads in connection to this beautiful life of yours. I'm going to say them, and whichever ones you want to receive, just silently say yes to them and receive the energy. I know what it's like to live a life from a place of inspiration. I know how to live without drama and stress. I know how to take and when to take inspired action to bring about fulfilling experiences. I know who to choose in my life. I know the people I want in it, and I know how to create healthy, vibrant relationships with them. I know how to surrender to the beauty of life. I know how it feels to be worthy of my inspired life. I know how it feels to receive abundance. I know how it feels to give voice and create space for my dreams to come about. I know how to live and create my days from a place of love and inspiration. May the downloads that you choose to receive be done in every single cell of your body, at every belief level, and in every area of your life in the best and highest way possible. It is done, it is done, it is done. Thank you. Show us. And now imagine that there's a beautiful waterfall of light pouring all over you. Wash it. Let it wash all over you and take with it anything that doesn't serve you. Let it balance you and rinse all this energy away. Let it ground you. Let it purify you. And now start coming back. Start wriggling your toes, your fingers. And when you're ready, please open your eyes slowly. I hope you enjoy this meditation. I hope you feel inspired, you feel nurtured, you feel balanced. For more meditations, just go to goddessesintheworld.com/meditations. Join my mailing list. I always send beautiful, loving emails. If you're part of it, you're already receiving this meditation. This is actually made for you. And I'm also on social media, so at goddessesintheworld on Instagram. I would love to hear from you. Also, one last invitation, every Monday, New Zealand time, 7:30 p.m. New Zealand time, I run a free group meditation online and in person, and I'd love to see you there. So if you want more details, just reach out. Have a wonderful day, and keep basking in the goodness that's already in you. You are worthy of the best that love and life have to offer. Have a wonderful day.